Greetings, this is my take on Explosive Concoction for Path of Exile 3.15. I use a little war cry to give me onslaught for about 4 seconds using the Butewind Pennant. The reason I'm using this is because the move speed and the attack speed works nicely. The move speed for mapping, the attack speed for actually using the skill. The way I'm actually getting the damage to work is with Frost Furno. I have Explosive Concoction. It's 21, about 20 chaos. Vowed, Greater Volley, Volley support, and then the elemental damage of attack support. The combination of Greater Volley support and Volley support is genius. There's a person in the forum post that I'm going to link below who suggested it, and I have not gone back. It is an awesome combination. Other than that, I have a Carcass Jack because it offers pretty good damage, area of effect. The area effect is used for shotgunning. The more explosives you can get to overlap, the more damage you do. Other than that, I have some attribute fixing with strength and strength. These gloves were pretty great. I used essence to craft the attack speed, got lucky with the life roll. Of course, I wish the resistances on it were better so I can get some chaos res in this build. I'm at negative 60. It's not a hardcore viable build. Rings the same way. I saw increased elemental damage. I just had to use it. The Flask setup I have doesn't have the Harvest craft. There is a Harvest enchantment for Flasks that increases the amount of charges that are in your flask. That will help for longer fights on both of them. Other than that, I have utility flasks. This one is burning, freeze, poison. Poison is rippy in this content. Chill. If you're frozen, you're just going to die, and if you're ignited, you're just going to die. So I just decided to go deep with that one. For bossing, I have a little bit of technology. I don't really use it all that much, but I'm not using an influence chest that has generate frenzy charges on hit. Frenzy charges in this build are important. It's like half the damage. So for those fights, I slot in this Timeless Jewel. It is 4,666 coins, commemorated to Caspiro. These change per coins you use. It took me 10, which I was fortunate. It only took me 10, because this one generates the Frenzy Charge on hit. I also get some attack speed, which is lovely. I get some evasion, and I get increased projectile attack damage. I could not ask for a better Timeless Jewel, but I use that for bossing. Other than that, I have Acrobatics as a defensive layer, because Acrobatics with a Flesh and Stone, so Flesh and Stone gives nearby enemies blind, Acrobatics gives you dodge. Those two work really well together, so that's why I opted for. I have 200 deaths. Let's see, right here, 191, so I kind of know what kills me and what doesn't kill me. It took me probably 180 deaths to figure it out. The other 11 deaths, just me running really grippy content and getting away with it. The jewel that I have right here has Prismatic Heart, Widespread Destruction, so I get AoE, I get some resistances and damage. I'm running a Mob Mentality. The Mob Mentality is not that consistent. I kind of want another Mob Mentality to see if it increases consistency. I'll get back to you on that one. The other piece of technology I have is a Secrets of Suffering, which is offered through the Interrogation. So Secrets of Suffering gives you the non-damage elemental effects of Scorch, Brittle, and Sapped. I'm running a Summon Skitterbot supported by Unbound Ailments. Despite having this, where it says I cannot ignite, chill, freeze, or shock, Skitterbot still chills and shocks. So I still get those benefits. And then when I crit, I also get this Scorch, Brittle, and Sapped, which is awesome, because I either deal more damage, just baseline lower resistances, or deal more damage via the crit chances, or they just deal less damage to me via the Sapped condition. Over here, I have a Thread of Hope. This right here is just so I can get this freely, so I don't have to path over here. And then grab these nodes as well. These nodes are fine. You don't need a Thread of Hope. And if anything, not using a Thread of Hope lets you grab these little life nodes. I have, 3.5k health. Life is a great tool in Path of Exile, so I would say, get as much life as you can unless you just want to have fun. And just die as many times as you kill a boss. I try to do almost all my fights as deathless as possible now because I really want to hit level 95, take down Feared and Sirus 8 and whatnot. Back to the Threat of Hope. These are good damage notes, so I was just like, I get this damage note, I get this damage note, I get this damage note. Perfect. I'm in love. I'm going to do it. Uh, Another bit of technology, I'm using Mana Leech with Essence Sap for 2 points. This is great. I don't know if I can get away just doing the 1 point. I'll get back to you on that one, maybe, if I remember, recording this super late at night. I have a point blank running alongside long shot. The damage curve of point blank, so if you're close range, you do awesome amounts of damage. If you're mid-range, you do not a whole lot of damage, but once you're long range again, it picks back up. So a lot of damage, you dip in damage, and then your damage comes back up. Not to the same power as point blank, but it's nice to have that because if you're in point blank with a lot of enemies in Path of Exile, you're just going to get blown up. So it's nice to have that option to weave in and out and not really be punished damage-wise. The last little bit is streamline. So I have projectile speed here. I have projectile speed here. And I have projectile speed here when I don't have my Timeless Jewel in. Projectile speed is important because no matter how far you throw your Explosive Concoction, it's going to be in the air for a certain amount of time. When it's in the air, you're doing 0 points of damage, and really fast things can blink or flick or dash away, and you do 0 points of damage when it contacts because they're just not there anymore. So projectile speed is a great. It's not a defensive layer. It's just like it's the bread and butter. It's the glue that makes this feel good. If you have really slow projectile speed, that your EC is going to be in the air forever, and it's going to feel horrible. So I highly recommend picking up some projectile speed. But that kind of does it for this build. I'm going to post some footage taking down some fights. I have the forum post in the bottom. I tried to keep that updated. Over here, some people go Master Alchemist, some people go Master Surgeon. I like Master Surgeon because Corrupting Blood is brutal. But other than that, it's pretty standard to go Veteran Warrior, Nature's Boon, Nature's Adrenaline. Adrenaline on this one, Master Alchemist, the removes elemental ailment when you use a flask isn't as good as it used to be. So that's just there to keep in mind. But that will do it for the video. Hopefully you'll enjoy the other videos I post. I'm enjoying this build overall. The next gear upgrade, my league goal is to get a double corrupted Frostferno. It just sounds like a fun time. Anyways, take care.